And we for state fund.
Oh my God.
Ollie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, but the room is pretty loud.
Okay, so we'll start with.
Yeah, I can hear you, but the room is pretty loud.
Suzanne, can you hear us?
Yep, perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, do you agree to the swearing in process?
Am I
Just
going
read,
first?
yeah, we're first, which is, yeah,
Great. Perfect. Hi guys.
read that out.
Should I just read it? Okay.
Yeah,
I, Su Yan Wang, hereby affirm that I will fulfill the duties of the Student Advocate General for the 2026 to 2027 academic year to the best of my ability. I will seek to facilitate the associate students and the university community in a manner that is consistent with ideals of an academic community.
Absolutely. But it's online. Yeah. Ollie, we can get the UPSA one on the.
Yeah, no problem.
Are we doing the EPS? Are we waiting? Preferably.
It's fine.
Okay. I don't expect it much.
Yeah, it's actually fine. Like it's 10 last year, it's fine. Yeah. Switch the order. Yeah. Yeah, that's like. But I do know. I can bring up EVPLA.
Yeah, no problem.
Wow, that's so good.
Oh my God, make the voice.
Yeah.
Okay, repeat after me. I, Noah Lukin, hereby affirm that I will fulfill the duties of the External Vice President of Local Affairs
I, Noah Lukin, hereby affirm that I will fulfill the duties of External Vice President for Local Affairs
for the 2026 to 2027 academic year to the best of my ability.
for the 2026-2027 academic year to the best of my ability.
I will seek to facilitate the associated students and the university community in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community.
I will seek to facilitate the associated students and the university community in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. You don't get one.
Molly, can you pull up the IVP one? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go raise my hand.
I, Victoria Lee,
I, Victoria Lee,
hereby affirm
hereby affirm
that I will fulfill the duties of the internal vice president
that I will fulfill the duties of the internal vice president
for the 2026-2027 academic year
for the 2026 to 2027 academic year
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will seek to facilitate the associated students
I will seek to facilitate the associated students
and the university community
and the university community
in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community.
in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community.
Congratulations.
Molly, can you pull up the EVPSA one? Molly.
Ready? I, Jasmine Shea. I, Jasmine Shea. Hereby affirm that I will fulfill the duties of the External Vice President of Statewide Affairs for the 2026 to 2027 academic year to the best of my ability. I will seek to facilitate the associated students and the university community in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community. My last second.
Can you pull up the president, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're supposed to have a number.
Okay, repeat after me. I, EJ Rad,
I, EJ Rad,
hereby affirm
hereby affirm
that I will fulfill the duties of the AS President
that I will fulfill the duties of the AS president
for the 2026-2027 academic year
for the 2026-2027 academic year
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will seek to facilitate
I will seek to facilitate
the associated students and the university community
the associated students and the university community
in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community.
in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community.
Okay, senators, we're gonna do you now, so you guys wanna stand up? If you guys wanna swear in something, feel free to swear in something. Alright.
Anyone like?
And then. And then right hand up. Right hand up. Okay. Okay, repeat after me. I, your name. Hereby affirm that I will fulfill the duties of your position for the 2026 to 2027 academic year. To the best of my ability. I will seek to facilitate the associated students and the university community in a manner that is consistent with the ideals of an academic community. Yeah. Okay, lovely. Let's begin. This meeting was called to order at 9:37 p.m. in the Flag Room by Ivy Queen Victoria Lee. Okay, before beginning, we ask students to acknowledge that the lands that the University of California locations were built upon were expropriated and founded upon exclusion and erasures of Indigenous peoples' human rights throughout California. UCSB is built on Chumash land, namely that of the non-federally recognized Barbarana tribe. Our association should aim beyond mere acknowledgement and toward concrete efforts, alongside those who continue to fight for their right to be respected as the original stewards of this land. Okay, roll call. Senator Badali. Present. Senator Aki.
Present.
Senator Bondi. Senator Chinawala.
Present.
Senator Cortez.
Present.
Senator DeCarlo.
Present.
Senator Diaz-Simonian.
Present.
Senator Guerrero.
Yeah, present.
Senator Horvitz.
Present.
Senator Kong.
Present.
Senator Kutera.
Present.
Senator Lin. Present. Senator Lopez. Senator Nader-Tahi.
Present.
Senator Nampar. Present. Senator Nguyen. Present. Senator Ramirez.
Present.
Senator Shi. Present. Senator Turner. Senator Wong. Present. Okay, lovely. Are there any excused absences? Any acceptance of proxies? Okay, public forum, anyone? Okay. You can go first, Leo.
May we have your full name?
Yeah, my full name is Leo Henry Lee Harder. That's Henr.
Okay, I'm gonna do the speaking agreement real quick. You have 3 minutes to speak. Thanks, for those who know, from yelling. Speculation of senators' intentions is prohibited and may result in you being removed from the ability to speak on the floor. Please note this meeting is being recorded. You may speak on any issue, whether it is on the agenda or not. Please include a content warning if it will be graphic. You may only come up once and may choose not to answer the questions. Do you agree?
I agree.
Okay, lovely.
All right. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be the very first public speaker. Wasn't my intention. I wanted the AG to go first, but all right. Basically, I just wanted to touch on all of the stuff that I had spoken about during my Senate report. It was a mouthful. I don't want to go over it all again, but I just wanted to encourage everyone to reach out to me if you're in any way interested in any of the things that I mentioned. Again, it's a mouthful, it's a big list. But of course, it's your guys' responsibility now. You guys so choose. So I'd be happy to empower you with all of the information you need. All of the information that I've gathered throughout my time in the Senate and maybe of use to you. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'll ensure that Senator, or actually IDP Lee has my information and that it is all distributed to you guys so that you can look into it. That's all I have to say. Congratulations. Thank you guys very, very much.
Anyone else for public forum? Yes. Can we get the full name, please?
Erica Sherman.
You've heard the speaking agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you have 3 minutes.
Welcome. I just wanted to, I'll make this brief, but I'm very honored to have some of my friends and people that I met through AS or I've known or, I know through my different places where I am on campus. And I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of the 77th Senate and I'm proud of the IVP who's going to be leading it so very well. A couple people have asked like advice or something that, kind of carries you forward. And I'll make this very brief. I just want to say, like, remember your why. I would say that, like, there's going to be a lot of times during your year where you're going to hit, like, a lot of bureaucratic roadblocks and projects are not going to go the way you wanted them to. And you're going to have people upset with you and you're going to have a lot of things happen. But you're also going to have students come up to you and say, thank you so much for what I got today in the arbor. Thank you so much for what you did later today when you helped me like talk to a BCU. So I would say just remember your why, remember that, you're serving students and keep that moving forward with you as you go through your term. I just want to say congratulations. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. We're here to help you get used to Senate and get used to kind of the world that it is. But yeah, congratulations. And I wish you guys a great year.
Anyone else? Yes.
I didn't hear the full name, please. Jenny Zhang. Jenny with a Y. Well, I won't bother to type my Chinese name. It's not worth the time. Jenny with a Y. Zhang J.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. You can start.
Well, I don't have a script, so I'm gonna freestyle it. I think first of all, congratulations. I don't know if you guys feel honored to do the job. Some of you guys maybe run on the post, you're like, it's probably not that big of an achievement. It is actually. In terms of like when you try to assume a position that everybody knows is hard and they don't want to do it, and when you're off to do it, it is an achievement, regardless whether you are running a post or not a post. I think the big thing I kind of want to say, as concluding of my, 10 years here, is that this may sound a little blunt, but is that if you recognize a problem with this association is realistic. Probably somebody already realized the problem very early on in their Senate years. And there has been attempt tried to address them. If you go through the history and record of the Senate, there are repeating problems that people keep learning on and people are trying to address and kind of failed. And I think the only lesson that I'm learning from my years, and I hope that I can kind of deliver to you guys, is that whenever you notice there's a problem, maybe try to talk to people who come before you that maybe try to address the problem and maybe try to solve the problem and see what they have come up with and what kind of routes have already failed. So you're not repeating the same solution or not repeating the same mistake that they had. I know I have regrets. I have mistakes that I've made during this Senate year that I've been here, even though I'm very grateful with all my experiences, but I know where I can do better. And if you guys do have those kind of things that you figured out and you were like, you know what, let me see what other people have tried to solve this problem. And maybe you guys will be the Senate that actually fix a problem that everybody has been struggling with. And a second note on finance. So I assume a lot of you guys did the job because you're not a STEM major. Oh, wait, do we have STEM majors in the room actually? Oh, wait, that's actually quite impressive. Okay, that's actually good. So if you're a STEM major, I assume you're not opposed to numbers. And I will tell you, I'm not a STEM major. Okay, I'm a history and poli sci major. And my poli sci area of focus is political philosophy. Okay, that's literally zero to do with numbers. If I can do well is an arguable word. I think people maybe think I did good enough. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, and arguably, I do think finance committee is one of the most important committees that have the most direct contact with student body and help the most student organizations on campus. And most importantly, it determines the budget and the financial allocations and communications across the association, right? So if you guys do have passion on a route and do want to do this very important and though very hard job, please don't hesitate to do it. Like, don't think that because I'm not familiar with numbers or have never do accounting, I will not do it because I don't think I'm good enough. Rest assured, nobody even want to do the job to begin with. So it goes back to my first point. The fact that you're trying to do it means you're already good enough. The fact that you care already means you're good enough. Okay? So I'll leave it there and good luck to everyone. You might find the job hard in the first minute that you take it, but you're gonna get used to it and probably gonna love it. So good luck.
I agree.
Okay, hold in.
Yeah, Keizo Ono, Keizo Ono.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sweet. Okay, I want everybody, this is like cliche, but look to your left and look to your right. There's a good chance that the person you looked at in either direction will not be here at the end of your term.
Way to start.
We had a 50% retention rate. But I'm here, Alex got his head in his hands, right? But I'm here to tell you, if you stick it out, you will be rewarded. This is something that pays out in the long term. And I knew a lot of people who did not stick around. And I think that this position is one that is really the best if you stick it out for your constitutionally mandated term. But that sounds pretty blunt. But I want to say that I've met so many incredible people here, and I've learned so much about myself too, like just being a leader and stepping into new roles. Whatever committee you end up on, you can do incredible things, whether you're just a standing committee member, just a normal senator, or you end up doing a chair or vice chair role. You can totally make it your thing. And you will, I hope, by the end of your term, do something like make a project or pass a piece of legislation that you can feel proud of. And brag about it a little. Like, I would encourage you to really put yourself out there and but really stick it out, because those of us who stuck it out, we're good friends, despite our conjectures, among other things, and everything else. I love to poke fun at Henry. I know how to piss him off sometimes. But I incredible guy. So I would just highly encourage all of you to stay around, because you got the job. So congrats. Okay.
Name, please.
That's all you have.
Lovely. Okay, you hear the speaking agreement?
I heard you.
Okay. You can begin.
Hello, everyone, senators and internal vice president. I'm not here to offer any unsolicited advice. I'm here to tell you about my experience, because the number one most valuable thing that all of you guys here today can learn and know is that you're not going to know what to do. You should 100% go to legal code and look at what your duties are, but not everything's in there. That's the reality of it. I wish that I could give you all the person that I had to guide me through this. As a graduating senior, it's hard not to get emotional, and it's a little bit corny probably for you guys to see me standing up here and talking about my experience. But as a transfer student, I would not have traded the trials and tribulations, the ebbs and flows of being in Senate. It's seriously something that has been super rewarding for me. My mentor, my personal friend that has walked me through this, is not going to be here for you guys. He's leaving. What I recommend to you all is to find somebody, myself, to get a phone number from, to basically be your ChatGPT for the year. You really, really, really need the institutional memory of this association to be successful and to really give back to it. And that's all that I ever sought to do. Don't get caught up in the politics. You're on the Senate floor. I see you all are dressed very nicely. And so, to not get into that unsolicited advice, I'd like to share with you how we transitioned into last year. By the way, I'm the former Attorney General now, and I also was a former senator. Last year, the swearing in happened after a series of events and people and senators storming out of the room and leaving after constant argument. It was a year of really, I would say, unproductiveness. I don't want to comment on their session too much, but the precedent that you guys are setting by sitting here in suits and sitting here without your laptops, not that you guys are doing anything wrong with your laptops wrong, is amazing, and I'm so proud of you already. Seriously, please carry that on. Do not let the just because you guys didn't get to see the uglier side of it, I will say, doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. Like this association will peak and it'll valley. So, follow those precedents. They're there for a reason. Look at the legal code, look at your predecessors, ask them questions. Ask literally anyone. One thing that I found helpful in my time as a senator was looking at the agenda the second it's sent out. If you can't do it the second it's sent out, find some time before the meeting, please, like block out an hour before the meeting to review the agenda and create a Google Doc on your voting guides. Everyone here can seek to, solve an impossible problem. May I please have an extended time? Actually, I think this is fine.
One
2 minutes is fine.
Yeah, Senator Shinzy.
motion to extend the by 2 minutes.
Sure.
Is there a
I
second?
can do that.
Motion to extend this time by 2 minutes. Is there a second? Everyone, second. There's a second. We're now in discussion.
Call a question.
Senator Lopez.
Oh, call a question.
Question has been called. Are there any objections to the call to question? Consent, yes.
Guys,
Are there any objections to the consent?
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, that's confusing. That whole part is confusing. Like, you can, as many times it's gonna happen, your heart's gonna be pumping before you start to speak on the Senate floor for the first time. I know it all too well. Trust me, it's scary to get up here and talk. But what you need to do is prepare yourself. Go on YouTube and look up basic Robert's Rules YouTube video. Just get familiar with it. Just learn how to be able to speak on the floor. And what I was saying is block out an hour before the Senate meetings and really prepare yourself for what's on the agenda. Because it's so valuable to be procedurally sound. Because if you're not, if you're sloppy, it'll come back to bite you. What was I gonna say? Forgot. Hold on, it's coming to me. I don't know. Oh man, it was good too. Just really make sure that you're reaching out for help. That's all I have to say. Damn, it was really good too. You prepare yourself for the agendas and I forgot. I don't know. I'll come back to you guys. I'll make sure that Internal Vice President distributes my phone number to you all. Like I said, I had a mentor that I was, texting it. Oh, I remember. Sorry. Okay, quick. You guys can all sit here and want to do a really ambitious project. Mine was the late night study hours. I didn't think that was ever gonna get done. I sat here and I wanted to do that and a million other things. I only got that one done. I would say is my greatest accomplishment. The most important thing that you guys can do is vote informed. I tell that to everyone. If you're voting with the majority, just because it's the majority, you're doing a disservice to your constituents. Really have an opinion and don't be afraid to speak out against the majority. If you feel like it's wrong, you could preface by saying, please correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I think. And don't stop until you feel like that has been quelled. Yeah, sorry I wasted my time, but that's my advice. Perfect time. Great. All right.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to speak to the public forum? Okay. Yes, Senator.
I would like to recognize the presidents and senators on the who have not yet been sworn in, so.
Yeah, I was going to talk about. Holly, do you think we could pull up the oath? I'm gonna swear in the student senators.
The senator oath, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 second.
It's the first Senate meeting going, guys. Yeah. Yeah, listen and they'll continue. Okay, Senator Turner and Bonnie, I'm gonna have you stand up for them. Okay, you just hold up your right hand and then shirt that. Okay, so you can put your left hand on the Robert's rule if you want, but I, your name. You repeat after me. I, your name.
I, Alexander Bosky,
I, Alexander. Hereby affirm.
hereby affirm
Hereby affirm. That I will fulfill the duties of.
that I will fulfill the duties of
Your position.
The Hawkins Senator.
College of Revenues, Senator. For the 2026 to 2027 academic year,
For the 2026 to 2027 academic year.
to the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
I will seek to facilitate.
I will seek to facilitate
The associated students in the university community
the associate students in the university community
in a manner that is consistent with.
in a manner that is consistent with
The ideals of an academic community.
the ideals of an academic community.
Okay, lovely, you're official. Okay, great. Move down our agenda. Chancellor's representative, no. UCPD, GSA, USAN, IVCSD. Okay, we're gonna go to AFCCSB reports, administrative committees, NEPCUs, unit reports from President's Cabinet, Executive Director. Sean, would you like to say anything? Yes, technically that was the 76 standing, minutes, so Sean can talk as long as he wants, but if you could keep it under 10 minutes, that would be great.
I will try.
Yes.
Yes, well, hello, everybody. Little introduction. I'm Sean Lieberman. I'm the executive director here at Psychiatric Students. I've been in this position as an interim and permanent for the past 15 months. But I've been with the department for 24 years. So if you have, questions about how we've done things in the past, I probably know. But what I do typically in these meetings, I come with updates. I help you liaise with staff and with the rest of campus. I'm primarily also your advisor in a big way, and knowledge of the systems and the people. I give these reports, answer questions, and if you need to, email or message me on Slack with questions. So speaking of liaisons, I like transitions. You're all liaisons with the rest of the student body, right? So be the voice for those people. Listen and communicate with them as best you can, and work to put their problems together with a solution. And sometimes the solution looks like a bill, a resolution, an email to someone in admin, Slack to someone with an AS. It can come kind of from anywhere in any form. But I find that effective governance is typically a healthy balance of analysis and empathy. So just keep those in mind. That's how my analytical brain works, but your mileage may vary. Okay, you can do things differently than your predecessors. You will have your own standing rules that come into play. And then just watch as budget items come in, because remember, we're spending student fees here. And think of how every expenditure would look on the front page of the Nexus if that came out. So it's a public meeting, so it would. Elections. If you have questions about elections and all of that, I also give reports on that here as well. I've been helping to run the elections here at UCSB since we went online in 2003. So we used to do Scantrons, which is not a fun way to run elections. Or we'd have to go to a different location on campus, and then we take those thousands of Scantrons back and do them by hand. I do not recommend it. So we have dozens of ideas for improving the process and turnout. We all went through the longest process that we've ever been in, 3 weeks. It's supposed to be 4 days. So we're going to make that better for next year. We have tons and tons and tons of ideas that we'll be going through, but if you have additional ideas, we being elections board in this case, are very eager to hear them as well. You'll hear a presentation next week about publications, our printing service down over there. Won't get into that now. I usually give updates here about staff. We're going to hire 5 staff, well, 6, but 1 is already in progress this summer. 1 more position will come to this group for approval next week. Which we're still working on the title. And as a reminder, you can serve on the search committee. So you should just be that student staff to serve, but we want to open it up to senators because every position has typically 2 or 3 students, 2 or 3 staff on the search committee. So there's always, and this is pretty rare, like the rest of campus usually doesn't do this. It's just like there's staff search for staff, but we have students making these decisions. Usually a co-chair on each of these committees, 1 staff and student. And so senators can sit on those committees. So if you'll see we'll have a list of the open staff positions. And if you are interested in those positions, in like searching for those people, then you earn extra honorarium for doing so. So there's motivation in addition to just being an additional part of the organization. And that's what I've got. See you in under 10 minutes.
Lovely. Great. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, does anyone have any questions for Sean? None? Okay, great, thank you. Okay, advisors report. Holly, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, please. Thank you. Hi everyone. Is my audio coming through fine?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I have a short presentation. I'll keep it quick and I'm aware of the speaking agreement. So first off, I'll just say hi and congratulations to all of you. I am looking forward to working with each and every one of you on your different projects and goals during this term. I think that Sean has given you a lot of really great advice for your position, and you've heard from a lot of the outgoing folks. So I won't repeat any of that. I don't think I have any other words of wisdom to share beyond that. So you all have seen a couple emails out for me already. I have an intro slide. Half of that is to plug my dogs. So if any of you are animal or pet people, please find me and tell me about your animals. But I serve as the Assistant Director of Governmental Affairs. I've been in my current position for about 6 years. And then before that, I held the position of the Legislative Liaison, which is now retitled as the Student Government Legislative Liaison. They're on the team that I supervise. So I wanted to introduce myself and the team and some of the things that I'm working on and some things you can expect over the next couple weeks and into the summer. So on the team, currently right now is Timothy Grigsby and Leah Bartos. You can see their names listed here in the groups that they advise. So I supervise both those folks, though Leah is our future Assistant Director of Communication. So if you've seen any of the AS newsletters that have gone out, her and the comms team have been working really hard on those. So that is the current filled positions for the team in addition to myself. And then if others have mentioned, we're going to be welcoming, hopefully over the summer at some point, depending on how the search goes, we're right in the middle of it, is a student government legislative liaison. So for any of you that are going to be serving in standing committees, they're going to be your primary advisor. So they're going to be attending those weekly meetings, and then they'll also be in person at the Senate in addition to myself and Sean. They're also going to be supervising the main office, and the student staff and the minute takers are down there, and they're going to be doing more work for you all with the legal code and the governing document. So tracking legislation, working on bills, things like that. And then of course, for any of you that were here for the meeting earlier in the day, a new position added to the team is going to be that advocacy advisor / the advisor for our different marginalized groups. And that's going to be slated to begin the search committee process this summer. So like Sean mentioned, if anyone is interested in serving on that search committee, please let Lilia Hartunian know. She'll be here next week to chat with you all. And then we'll also be seeking participants for the search committee from the committees that person will be advising, so they can be present on that search committee. Okay, so some of the things that you can expect from me, you've already seen this slide. So essentially I'll be attending your Senate meetings regularly, giving updates on the things that myself and my team are working on. If you need any additional policy guidance related to the legal code, Robert's Rules of Order, university policy, I'd be happy to either conduct research or give you guidance on what I already know. We'll meet with you either by appointment or during office hours, during Senate meetings, to answer any questions, to help support the facilitation of the Senate meeting. And then the other big function of my role outside of the Senate is really to help with training. So I play a large role in facilitating AS1. Your IVP and I will be working to facilitate some trainings for the summer for you all. And I have another slide that will cover some of those topics. And then I'm also hosting what I've called an AS Fundamentals series over the summer. So that will include things like managing and balancing your budget. We'll have a communications workshop. We'll have a time management workshop. So keep an eye on your email for those dates and times and announcements. Also, as I mentioned, you all have seen this slide before, for the student government legislative liaison, their primary function is going to be attending the standing committee meetings. So they will be there as well as tracking high impact projects in the main office and things like that. One thing I wanted to plug, in addition to saying thank you for all the senators that have already filled this out, there's a QR code there for what I'm calling a pre-term assessment. So this is for me to evaluate from you all what your priorities are for the term in terms of projects, what training you want, what skills you want to develop. This is going to be really helpful data for me to be able to decide sort of what trainings are most appropriate, what sort of things I can connect you with, I don't want to make decisions based off of things that I think will be helpful rather than being responsive to the data that you all are giving me in terms of that. So not all the questions are mandatory. It does cover a few questions. It's probably on the medium length side of it, but for anyone that's interested or willing to fill it out, I would really appreciate being able to get some data from you all about what is most helpful in terms of skills and training and advising. And then I will assess that every quarter to determine if you feel like you're receiving the training and support and guidance that you're looking for so that I can regularly check in with you all in a more formal way. So thank you in advance for filling that out. Okay, so some things that I'm working on for you all that you can expect over the next couple of weeks is some senator nameplate. So if you have any nicknames that you want on your nameplate, if you want your pronouns, if you want your position, if you just want senator, we'll be collecting that information shortly so you can have the name displayed that you would like. Like I mentioned, also working to coordinate and schedule summer trainings. You all can expect the live legal code to be ready for you to review over the next couple of weeks. I have to finalize out the last term's worth of legislation. So you'll have a fresh copy within the next couple of weeks to be able to review. I've also been meeting with Vicky, your IVP, to talk about sort of centralizing resources and information for you all. So we have a new AS Resources Drive, which houses our minutes, our governing documents, templates, trainings. And so her and I are going to be working to sort of populate that for everyone sort of over the next couple of months, probably in the summer. And one of the things that you can expect to have added to that from me is I'm working on a list of all of our current advisors on staff and the groups that they advise and contact information for those staff. Our web developer, his name is Alex. He's currently working on an update to the website, so that will also be put on our website. But if you want an easy reference for staff contact information, their office hours, what groups they advise, that will be available for you soon. I also support the department in lots of travel planning, so you may be familiar with the work that I do in support of EVPSA and Lobby Corps in particular. Also some RCOs, but some of our finance team helps with that. So I've been really busy in kind of peak conference season with all of the different conferences that we send students to. And also, lastly, I've sent everyone the login information to their AS email. So I would love if you have access to that, please reply and let me know that you now have access to your AS email and you've gotten onto Slack. If you have any issues, please feel free to reach out to me or I can connect you with Oscar, who is our help desk technician. If not, I will be replying to please ask you to get logged in so that you can join the 77th Senate Slack and you can see the drive and all these great resources that we are talking about. And then lastly, to highlight the sort of training plan for the summer and fall. So some of the suggested topics that we have for the summer are listed here in the top left corner, and these are specifically going to be for senators. So this is sort of based on feedback from the last few years and also just things that I think would be helpful to you all. So we've got topics like understanding the legal code, shared governance, university structure, student fees, personnel policy, and navigating conversations around personal identity and privilege. And the training for the summer that I mentioned, the AS fundamentals, that's listed here in the middle. So we'll be talking about retreats, ordering food, minute taking, balancing your budget, effective time management, and communications, media, marketing, tech. And then some of the trainings that we have planned for you all in the fall when you return. Some of these may be included as a part of AS1. Some of these may be included in a Senate retreat. So we'll follow up obviously with some more specific information, but just for you to plan in terms of training resources that are going to be available to you. Is communicating effectively as a public official, equipping you all with the skills to be able to feel confident to communicate in a public sort of setting. Communicating through conflict. We'll also do a deep dive into crafting effective legislation. So covering templates, the different clauses, the project management side of legislation. And then we'll be talking about ethical decision making and student leadership. So this will include like responsible use of student fees, sort of the democratic governance principles that AS operates by. And this is sort of a repurposed training that we've done in the past. So that's sort of what I've been working on, what to expect over the next couple weeks. I'm happy to take any questions. I'll be sharing my office hours for the summer out with all of you. I'd love for you all to drop in over Zoom and meet me and say hi. Like I said, if you have pets or hobbies, I'd love to hear about those. I also have like 30 houseplants. So if anyone's interested in plants, we can talk about that. But would love to hear from you all about your priorities and your interests and how I can be of support. So I'll take any questions, but again, congratulations. Look forward to supporting you all in this upcoming term. Yeah, thank you.
Anyone have any questions for her? Okay, lovely. Executive officers. We have no speaking agreement, but we're gonna try to keep it 5 minutes under. Can you do that?
Way less.
5 minutes? Okay, awesome. Would you like to introduce yourself real quick?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Noah Lucan. I'm the current external vice president for local affairs, former off-campus center, and chair of the outreach committee. A lot of people have been talking to you. A lot of people are going to talk to you at all these meetings. So apologize for that, but I just want to introduce myself. First of all, congratulations. I'm super proud of all you guys for taking the step to represent your peers and try to make a positive impact on campus and the local community. I have a lot of advice and insight, and I want you guys to know that I'm here as a resource for you. And beyond that, I intend to, as a vice president of this association, remain involved with you guys to collaborate on projects, legislation, and other initiatives you guys might want to pursue. So please reach out to me, not just if you need advice or support, but to collaborate with me in my office. I think that a connected association is an effective association. I think that you guys have the capacity to do that, and we as an association have the capacity to do that this year. I'll take any questions if you guys have any.
Any questions?
Awesome. Thank you guys. Good luck.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go real quick. I know that was like a lot of information. You guys are doing great. So like you guys are doing great already. I know. We're gonna be doing like training over the summer. Like I know there's a lot. There's like legal code, all of this, and you might be wondering like how I do the motions and stuff. I'm hoping to make like a little cheat sheet of like Robert's rules just to get that to you for like next meeting. Meetings, if like you came into the Senate role not really knowing like what it is, meetings are typically Wednesday 6:30 to 11, but our Senate is gonna be so efficient that it's not gonna take until 11, hopefully. But yeah, and some other things. Please get on Slack. I'm gonna be adding everyone to Slack today, tomorrow. That will be our main communication. And then obviously after this, we can like exchange numbers and stuff too, but Slack will be our main official communication. And that is gonna be your AS emails. From now on, I'll be sending like the agendas and stuff, and like people will be sending stuff to your AS emails. So please get on that. I will check in on that. And you might have heard of the 4 committees we have. So briefly, we have Finance, Outreach, Liaison, Advocacy. And if you guys are interested in a leadership position in that, so the chairs are usually senators. So we have chair and vice chair. I will be sending out an application for that very soon, either this week or early next week. So if you're interested at all, if you have any past leadership experience, like definitely apply. And we'll be doing interviews, and yeah, I think that's the main thing. But if you're not a chair or vice chair of a committee, you'll definitely be serving on a committee next year. So one of the 4. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Please get on your Slacks. I'll be messaging you there. But yeah. Okay. Next. Any administration? Oh, yes.
I forgot to say this. Can you guys please look around if there's what is it, Melanie? A pin keychain?
It's right over here. And there's a. I'm losing my keys right now. I've lost it. It's like a sparkly pink keychain, really hard to miss. And find it.
Okay, no, we'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Can't say campus is it? I'm a key system.
Yeah, we're gonna let.
Thank you guys.
Okay, administrative reports, any senator reports? Okay, lovely. Let's move on to new business. Okay, my recommendation with this is that we'll like briefly talk about it. If the authors are here, we'll briefly talk about it. And so usually how it goes is like we'll table or refer a bill to a committee, but obviously we don't have any committees right now. So what we're gonna do is just like whoever's on the bill can briefly speak on it. We can all just like, if we want to discuss, like briefly discuss, but we're gonna table it to next week. And if anyone like has anything that they want to add or like see any improvements, like message me, and then I'll make sure we'll get all those motions at our next meeting, our next Senate meeting. But we'll be tabling all of these bills. If like we're just gonna be opening and, or not opening, sorry, we'll just be quickly discussing it. But yeah, let's start with a bill to amend Articles 1 to, I know that number. 19, thank you, Senator Pong.
Dear Senators, my name is Mike Hom. So per current AG passion request, I would love to bring this bill forward, but due to we have we need to appoint for our committees members and then chairs and vice chair. So I would like to motion to table it next month to the next Senate meeting.
Do you want to briefly explain what the bill is?
Yeah, we will elaborate and then break down in details during the next Senate meeting. But this bill is generally about legislation amended to for governmental structure and then Senate structure for the voting structure, to improve clearer clarification of the bill. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. I welcome a motion, so I can type the language and it would be motion to table and then the bill name to the next Senate meeting. Yeah, I welcome the motion. Senator Pong.
Motion to table bill to amend Article 1 to 19 to the next Senate meeting.
There's been a motion to table a bill to amend Articles 1 to 19 to the next Senate meeting. Is there a second? Senator Nadershahi.
Second.
There's been a second. We are now in discussion. Senator Cortez. Call the question. Call the question. The question has been called. With any objections to call the question? Are there any objections been said? Okay, lovely. Motion passed. You guys are so good. Okay. Next one, we have a bill granting the right of first refusal to AS publications now taking Synergy Society to speak.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. A couple days ago, I was informed that AS Publications, which is the entity within AS that handles not only publications for us, but anybody can go and request like them to print out a book or notebook or whatever they need from them. They do not have the enshrined right of first refusal in the bylaws. The right of first refusal just means that if we give a funding to print stuff out and they go to an outside source to have that job done. The only time where that would be acceptable is if AS Publications either refuses to do their job for whatever reason, which is unlikely, or if the outside source offers to do it for a lower cost than AS Publications. It's a very straightforward measure. The goal is just to keep money inside the association rather than letting it leak out when we don't have to have that happen. And I'm happy to discuss further next week.
What the second like to add anything? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's just as he said, our goal is to keep to reinvest the money back into this system instead of letting it go to outside sources, because we'd like it to go back into things like student services, student jobs, infrastructure. It's not banning outside vendors, it's just ensuring that AS Publications is given the first opportunity to provide the service. That's just our goal,
Great. Okay, also with this, real quick, so like a motion and like the first will talk, and then this person who like also sponsored the bill talk, and then people can still discuss now, and then there'll be like an official motion made in the second, and then after that, second's been made for discussion, then we can talk about it even more. And then the call to question, motion passes, whatever. So there's like multiple opportunities to talk about it. So like if you guys are like, I have no idea what this like legislation is about, or like you guys want to talk about it, like just know you have many, many opportunities. But yeah, so anyone else wants to say anything, want to make a motion? Synergy Society.
Motion to table a bill granting the right of first refusal to AS Publications and rotating the next Senate meeting.
There's been a motion to table a bill granting the right of first refusal to AS publication of note taking to the next Senate meeting. Is there a second? Senator Horvitz?
Second.
There's been a second. We are now in discussion. Anyone want to discuss? Senator Kong?
Call a question?
Call a question. Question has been called. Is there any objection to call a question? Silent. Are there any objections to the wait? Zach? Oh, it's okay, guys. Motion passes. Okay, lovely. Oh, and then the objection, if you're like, no, I want to talk more, you guys go, objection. And then, yeah, we figure it out from there. Okay, next we have a bill to revise eligibility requirements for chair and vice chair of the Senate Finance Committee. Would the first like to talk about this?
Yep, thanks, Chair. So if any of you were here earlier, you would have heard about how we changed the requirements for the chair of the Finance Committee. So previously, the chair had been a senator, but now it's possible for the chair to be a person with at least 3/4 of service on the Finance Committee, which helps increase the accessibility of this position and make sure that the person who gets the position has experience, since I know, a lot of you are new to this position and to the association as a whole. But because we're changing the requirements for the chair, I also wanted to make sure that we still have influence and proper communication with the Finance Committee. So if the chair isn't a senator, all this bill does is make sure that the vice chair would be a senator. Just one of them has to be a senator. That's it.
Would the second like to speak?
Sure. I authored the bill that got passed a couple hours ago, that modified the requirements to serve as chair. And my plan was to amend that before we passed it, to with this extra little provision in that bill. Unfortunately, they were rushing us through and we didn't get the chance to do that, but it's not a big deal. We can just correct it now. This is how I envisioned the bill really being, so I would really appreciate if you guys support this.
Welcome any motions? Senator Cortez?
Motion to table a bill to revise. Wait, wrong. Sorry. Motion to table a bill to revise eligibility requirements for chair and vice chair of the. The Senate Finance
To
to the next Senate meeting.
Okay, there's my motion to table a bill to revise eligibility requirements for chair and vice chair of the Senate Finance Committee to the next Senate meeting. Is there a second? Senator LaFosse?
Second.
There's been a second. We are now in discussion. Senator, call a question. Question has been called. Are they objections to call the question? Are you just consent? Okay, lovely. Motion passed. Okay, well, we went through that quick, guys. Good job, good job. Okay, I don't think there's any action items. No need for recess. No standing committees. No committees. Minutes and allocations have been approved. No appointments. We're gonna be having a lot of appointments next week, so that's gonna be really fun. That's one of our jobs, to approve the appointments and resignations. So all the PCU appointments and resignations will be on here. Yeah, next meeting might be a little bit of a hefty one, so be prepared. But we got that. Anyone else want to say something? Okay. Oh, yes, Senator.
You announced that you're gonna be absent or late, and do we get to send proxies?
Yeah, great question. Definitely send you can definitely send a proxy. We don't have we're gonna have Senator Senator first pro temp and then second pro temp, which are like your Senate leadership once I hire them alongside the chairs. And so you usually let one of them know or me know if you're gonna need a proxy, and we'll make sure that's on the agenda. I prefer it to go through Senate leadership and if you're gonna be missing anything. And then you could also have some emotion. So if you're like Alec, could you say I'm gonna be coming late to like 7 p.m. or like Alec, could you say I'm gonna be missing the meeting for blank reason. But as of right now, like just let me know if you guys aren't gonna make it. And if it's an excuse absence, you guys are so good. Yep. Any other questions? Yes, Senator Horvitz.
When are we getting like the laws, and then how like often before, or how much time before do we get the agenda?
Agenda should be sent out 48 hours before like our Wednesday meeting. So ideally like 24 to 48 hours. So ideally Monday. So you guys have at least 24 to 48 hours, if not Tuesday. You guys can hold me to that. And then we usually have people, like, once we have committees or people adding on bills, like, I'm gonna set a date, like, oh, like, you have to submit your bills by this time, and then the agenda will be sent out after that. And then legal code, if, I know Holly sent out a few emails, but on one of her emails, she like added a bunch of resources. There is an AS Drive. Let me see. If you go to okay, if you go to Holly's email, she had like a bunch of additional links. You can click on the governing documents associated students. And then there's like the 24-25 legal code, like also in your AS Drive. I'll show you guys right now. You guys can also access the legal code now. That's gonna be your summer reading homework, but if you guys like want to get started on that, that's gonna be my summer reading homework. But if you guys want to get started on that now, like that would be great. Here, I can show you guys how to access it. Okay, on your AS Drive, if you guys go to shared drives, there's an AS resources folder, and then you can go to official governing documents, legal code, and then the 24 or yeah, the live legal code is here. So that's what you guys are basing all of your legislation off of. So this is super, super, super important to know, like, but yeah, this is basically your guys' entire role to like shape this legal code. So it's really important you know this. In the meantime, before the next Senate meeting, I would say just like look over your roles, see like what off-campus senator entails, on-campus senator entails. So I'd say look over that. Since it's only a week, and then over the summer, have fun reading 200 pages of legal code. We'll be in the trenches together, but it'll be so much fun. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
Okay, so,
Lopez?
yes, so, if we know that, for example, we won't be able to make it in person, but we'll be joining via Zoom, should I still like let you know via Slack that this is the case?
That'd be nice. Yeah, you can like message me in Slack. Like I can give you guys my numbers afterwards too. But not that big of a necessity. Yeah. Any questions? Senator?
Yeah, so for in regards to being late, is there anything to like excuse lateness or like up to an extent just for academic obligations? Because that's why we were late today. Would you like, is there any way for that to be stated or kind of, is it fine if it's just more just
Same thing. So if you're gonna be like late or if you're gonna be absent, like you can just let as of right now me know, or you can have one of the other senators motion on for you. So something along the lines of like motion to excuse Senator Turner until 7 p.m. due to like academic obligations, and that like won't affect your like honoraria or like your absence at all. The only thing that's gonna affect it is if you guys don't show up and like don't let anyone know. That's gonna add up. But like if you guys have an excuse and if you let people know ahead of time, like you guys are good. Any other questions? No. Any other questions? Yes, I know this.
Okay, where do we apply exactly for Senate committee chair positions?
I'll be sending you an email to your AS email, so please make sure to get on that because I want you guys to like have all the documents, and then I'll maybe send a message on Slack too. Yeah, we'll start sending emails to your guys' Senate emails. So keep an eye out for that. It'll probably be like a short application and then scheduling interviews just so we can talk in person. So if you guys have any ideas in mind, you guys can also the legal code lists out. Oh yeah, thank you for mentioning that. I would say like if you're interested in a chair position, please look through legal code and see like what your duties entail. Just like when we talk about it, you guys are like, okay, like I already know what's up. Yeah. Like that's it for that. Any other questions? Okay, great. We can move to section M, acceptance of the agenda. Do you have a question? Okay, I make a motion. Senator Cheesley.
Motion to accept the agenda as amended.
There's been a motion to accept the agenda as amended. Is there a second? Senator Bondi? No, sorry. Oh my gosh. Wait, no, I got this, guys. Are we looking? Wait, that was right. Wait, that was right. Okay, Senator Bondi. Okay. Oh, you say second. Okay, guys. I was studying the names today. Okay. There's been a second. We are now in discussion. Further on, call a question. Call a question. Question has been called. Are there any objections to the called question?
Consent.
Consent. Are there any objections to the consent? Okay, lovely. Okay, we move on to section O, adjournment. I welcome a motion. Senator Cortez.
motion to adjourn?
You have to say the time.
Yeah, motion to adjourn the meeting at like
10:30 p.m.
There's been a motion to adjourn the meeting at 10:30 p.m. Is there a second? Senator DiCarlo,
Second.
second, and then for that one, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. After this, people usually we usually get kicked out at 11, but we finished early. But usually like mingle and AS main if you guys want, or you guys can go home. But if you have any questions, yeah.
Hey guys, just a reminder about those pink keys, just